welcome to Women's Financial Empowerment Group. I'm your host, Ruth Agbeloso. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If this is your first time, yay! Please subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for watching and coming back again. Please go ahead and like, share, do all those wonderful things. Oh, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know whenever I upload a new video. On this channel, we discuss all things financial. I am a financial coach and financial consultant. So if you believe that financial consulting or coaching would be right for you, see my information in the description box and let's figure out whether or not we'd be a good fit to work together. On today's video, I will be talking about some mistakes to avoid if you want to stay on your budget. So let's get right into it. If you are new to having a budget, or you've been around for a while in the budget world, you know that there are several things that can knock you off course with your budget. I'm going to talk about 6 of those things that can knock you off course in your budget, but there are several more. So go ahead and comment below if there are some that you think of that I did not put in this video. So here they are in no particular order. Number 1, not tracking your expenses. Listen, if you want to stick to a budget, you first of all have to know how much you spend. And the best way to do that is by tracking your expenses. I recommend tracking them for at least 2 months, and if not longer, depending on your spending habits. If you do that, then you'll be able to get a good sense of how much you spend. Of course, there are some expenses that are not monthly expenses, so you'll want to keep those in mind. But I have other videos about budgeting that should help you with some of that. Number 2, not having a shopping list. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've gone to the store without a shopping list. The problem with doing that on a budget is that you're just picking up things and you're not really paying attention to your budget. So the best thing to do is make sure you write a list and take it with you to the supermarket, because you know what? I've also done that where I've written lists and left them at home. It's important to have that list so that when you walk through the aisles of the store, you can stick to what it is that you went there to buy and not get tempted by all the flashiness of the supermarket, all the goodies and treats. But you want to make sure that you're buying exactly what you need for your household. Number 3, impulse buying. Now, when I think of impulse buying, I'm not thinking about just the big things. So we can impulse buy on little things, such as things at the dollar store, or things that are on sale, or things that have a steep discount. So we say to ourselves, wow, this is cheap, let me get it. But unfortunately, even the low-cost items can knock you off course with your budget. So beware of that and be prepared when you go into the store. Of course, I'm not just talking about supermarket items. It could be Target, Walmart, wherever you shop. It's possible for you to get off track so easily by things that are attractive. And next thing you know, you've busted your budget. It's important to not just pick up something that you didn't mean to go there and buy, but think about what it is you went to the store to buy and try your best to stick to those items. Number 4, and this may not affect everyone, but it certainly has affected me, taking children with you while you go shopping. Now listen, I totally get it. Not everyone can leave children behind. I've definitely been there where I've had to take my children with me, but they can really be a budget buster because they want everything. Everything is flashy and nice and they've got to have it. And sometimes things end up in your cart that you're not even aware of until you're checking out. If at all possible, leave them at home. But if you like to take them with you, or you need to take them with you, here are a couple of tips that may help you to avoid going over budget. Number 1, having a conversation with your children prior to the shopping trip, allowing them to know what it is you plan to buy, and giving them the responsibility of helping you stick to your list. So whether it's groceries or clothing or whatever it is, just help them help you by explaining to them the situation, Children have a great ability to understand once you get down to their level and you explain things to them. Not saying that they won't ask for anything, but if you've had the conversation ahead of time, then you can remind them of that conversation and give them some responsibility to help you find the items that you actually need. And you may even let them know that if you're under budget, there may be a treat in there for them. So I think that, those two things can be helpful, talking to them ahead of time and giving them the responsibility of helping you stay on budget. Number 5, and this is a big one. I remember having a conversation about this just last night with some people, and we talked about the different things that can bust your budget, and holidays and birthdays was a biggie. A lot of us have soft hearts, and it's very hard for us to say no or limit what we want to do in terms of gift giving. But if you're on a budget, it's for a reason, right? There may be some financial goals that you want to achieve, so staying on budget is going to be very important for you. Here are some suggestions that I have in order to not let these things be a budget buster for you. First of all, birthdays. Put them all in your calendar and make sure you receive a notification ahead of time when a birthday is going to come up. If you can plan ahead for how much you're going to spend on birthdays in general and individual birthdays, then you can work them into your budget. Same thing with holidays. You know when the holidays are going to come. If you can figure out a good number that you can decide on ahead of time that you're going to spend on holiday gifts, then you can avoid some of the overspending that takes place during holidays. And also remember that gifts don't always have to be monetary. You can gift people things in other ways, such as your time and attention. So just something to keep in mind. I know we live in a consumerism society, and every holiday has different things that you want to buy, and especially during Black Friday, there are new things that come out, new gadgets and things. But if you budget for those things ahead of time, you know what you want to spend and you stick to it, then you'll be able to stick to your budget and achieve your financial goals. The last thing I'll mention is apps on your phone. These little things can be so helpful, but they can be so hurtful if you're on a budget. Let me tell you, things like Cash App and the Amazon app and gaming apps, those things are really convenient when they're on your phone. However, just doing a one-click order can really put your budget in a hole. What I've done to avoid some of this is I've disabled the ability to do the one click on my Amazon account, and eventually I just took Amazon off of my phone because I realized I was still tempted to spend too much with it on there. And I would suggest also, if you have a gaming app or things like that where you're spending money right away on there, if you could disable the app or take it off, or disable the ability to pay quickly for something or send money quickly, then that could help you stay on budget. So look in the settings and see what you can do to make it harder for you to make the payment or send the money or what have you. So hopefully that's helpful to you. But yes, the convenience, there's a big price for that. Thank you so much for watching this video and liking and doing all those things. And remember, change your mind, change your pocketbook.